We can use a titration reaction to find out different concentrations of acids and alkalis. So in this case, we're still using a glass burette, we're using a clamp stand, which is this part here, and the clamp. We also always put our conical flask onto a white tile. Now the white tile is going to allow us to see colour changes much more easily than if you just had the flask on a desk, for example. Stage 1 involves putting our acid into the conical flask and adding some colourless indicator. We then slowly add the sodium hydroxide from the burette. Now the burette, you obviously can't see on this animation, will have numbers up the side. Okay, so it's going to show you how much you have added. And it's a very accurate piece of equipment, much more accurate than a measuring cylinder. So in this particular indicator, okay, which is probably phenolphthalein, it has turned pink. So pink says that it is now slightly acidic. So we've reached that point of neutralisation and we've just gone over a very tiny bit in order to see the colour change. But we say that once we reach this point, when we see the colour change, that is our point of neutralisation. The acid has been completely neutralised by the sodium hydroxide. So in this case, we would read from the burette that 25 centimetres cubed was needed. Now we would obviously have recorded and written down how much acid was in our conical flask to begin with. So once we know that 25 centimetres cubed of sodium hydroxide is needed, we can repeat the experiment, but we can now skip out the indicator, because to be honest, the indicator is an impurity. So if the whole point of reacting these two together was to make sodium chloride, you would still have some impurities of the indicator, so you wouldn't have a very pure salt solution. So now what we can do, without the indicator, we have created sodium chloride and water. So if we put it into an evaporating basin over a gauze and tripod, we can evaporate off the water, and all that you will be left with are lovely pure crystals of sodium chloride.